Hey y'all.
Welcome back to my channel. I said, hey girl.
Welcome back to my channel. Hey y'all, I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited, making sure I'm focused because y'all know I'm never in focus, honey. Anyway, I'm so excited to have you guys join me again on my channel. Listen, y'all know I like to jump right into it, but first I must let you know that I have a radio show called Colored Couch Conversations where I sit down with women of color every week and we talk about everything, you know, that affects us. So make sure you tune in to Dash Radio for that on Thursdays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is tomorrow. Check out the new episode. And we also replay on Saturdays and Tuesdays, okay? Don't forget to follow Colored Couch Conversations on Instagram, along with me on Instagram and TikTok for a lot of laughs. Also, I must let you know that if you want to know, honey, what I use on my hair and some of my favorite things that I use around the house and for my little son, my dog, shop with me on Amazon. So you can click the link below to take a look at my Amazon profile and follow me there. Yeah, listen, let's just get right into it, honey. Listen, I feel like there is not that much to cover because Lifetime just wasted 2 of our hours, honey, with a 120-minute review when it only needed to be 45 minutes. Period.
Review?
They showed us the whole 2 hour of these people getting married and then cut us off and said, like for part 2, like and share for part 2, and follow me for part 2. No, Lifetime, give me all the weddings in one episode.
Okay.
Y'all know on my channel I like to start with the most boring couples and finish with the most interesting couple. Not necessarily the most successful couple. So let's go ahead and start off with Ryan and Clara. I was calling her Sarah all last review. I'm sorry, y'all. And then on Lifetime website, it looked like C-I. Anyway, y'all, I thought it was Sierra. Then I thought it was Sarah. Now I found out it's Clara, honey. And then finally, I have some clarity. So we talked about Clara being insecure on the last review. And she just came out and said, I'm terrified that my husband won't like me. Now, I think that this is a normal feeling for all of them to feel, but I think that Clara is extremely insecure. I feel like that's why she does so much talking, honey. She just hopes people won't notice. She seems to have a pretty good personality. She just comes off to me like she's very judgmental. So, which is something that she could just change as long as she knows that about herself. But other than that, she actually seems like she has a good personality. But listen, I was calling my parents in between the episodes, honey, and my dad said that Clara kind of reminded him of a witch. And I see what he's talking about.
She kind of, hate to say it.
Don't shoot the messenger, honey. That wasn't me. That was my daddy. Anyway, but I thought that was funny. As soon as they took the blindfolds off of Clara and she saw her husband was black, honey, she was happy. She said, ooh, girl, it's the fetishizing black men for me, honey. She talked in the first episode, I don't know if I said this, but I definitely meant to comment on this if I didn't, but she said she wanted her husband to be ethnically ambiguous.
Right.
Not you wanting a black man, but don't want a dark-skinned black man. Child, not you wanting somebody with melanin, but you don't want it to be too far over here, or too far over there, or too far east, honey. Or whatever the case is, babe, don't do that. No, I don't like that. Did y'all peep that?
We did.
Child, yo, disgusting. And for anybody who says, oh, maybe she just wants a guy with a little bit of spice or whatever the case is, you cannot want a person of color and then not want the things that come along with being with a person of color. Like his last name was Ubre, I think. I think he said it was pronounced Ubre. And she's like, I just wanted an easy name, like Jones or Smith, or like, you know, like somebody whose family's been a slave. Like, is that too hard to ask for?
Girl.
Is that too much? What's wrong with you? Take pride in his family's heritage, the Creole, Louisiana heritage, honey. But you're here to complain about his last name because you don't want to have to pronounce it or spell it.
White privilege.
Ew. I hate that about you. It sounds like Pig Latin. First of all, Pig Latin is not a real language. No, it doesn't. It sounds French. What's wrong with you?
Ignorant.
What?
Dumb.
What? That's the problem that a lot of people of color have with white people who want to date people of color. Don't just want to date me because I'm light-skinned or because I'm not like the rest. Actually get to know, I know in this situation she couldn't get to know him, but these are the red flags that we're starting to see. That's just like somebody being like, I want to be with like a guy from like South America, and being like, Morales? No, I'm just going to say Morales. I'm not going to say Morales. I'm going to say Morales. How about that? Gross. We don't like that.
At all.
We like accepting and embracing the culture. She said the last concert she went to was 182, Blink 182, honey, and Lil Wayne. And he was like, I was at that concert. I'm like, this is an interracial relationships dream concert, honey.
Fantasy.
She's like, I don't really care about Lil Wayne. I want to see Blink 182. And he's like, hey, I don't really care about Blink 182. They got a couple good joints on there, but I want to see Lil Wayne. Like, this is an interracial couples
harmony
fantasy concert. I think that's why Lil Wayne put that together, child. So, anyway. At the end of their wedding scenes or whatever, here we go. Clara was already starting to talk Ryan's ear off. Now, I said in the beginning on my first impressions, either they're going to mix very well because he's introverted seemingly and she's extroverted, or she's going to get on his nerves. So let's see. It's looking like she might get on his nerves, but we don't know. You know, it could have been like edited that way. So I'm interested to see how things play out with them. Let's move on to Brianna and Vincent, okay? Brianna and Vincent. Brianna looked amazing. I loved her hair, and I love the fact that she left her natural hair out in the front. She sewed in some curly tracks, honey, and brushed them out to match her natural texture. That was all of that to me. That was bomb. And she's going to wear that hair on the honeymoon, I'm pretty sure. So she's going to be able to get it wet. It's going to be curly. It's going to be cute. I love it. Great decision on her part. She had it pulled back. How beautiful was that? Okay. It made me want to go ahead and get a little sewing, honey. Anybody selling hair?
Who?
Ut your hair
link below.
Link down below, honey. Because I might need me a little tight curly. Because this afro getting on my nerves this week. But Brianna's dress, her hair, her makeup, everything was on point. She looked gorgeous. Definitely my favorite bridal look so far on the show, okay? Actually, I will say that Vicente, his suit looked nice on him. Like, I didn't like the whole curtain material. I forget what they call that. They have a name for the type of material that is. I can't remember the name. But I liked it on him. And it wasn't blue. It actually looked kind of teal, which was actually really nice. The only thing I will say is his jacket looked a little tight. The button on the jacket looked like it was just
struggling.
It was holding on, honey. So maybe they altered it a little too tight. Maybe he got nervous leading up to the wedding and started eating a lot of sandwiches or something, honey. I don't know. But the jacket just looked a teeny bit too snug, okay? Brianna was worried too much about this man's looks. Are you going to talk about looks and looks only for like the entire time? Like, you should have been matched up with Chris if y'all care about looks that much. Oh, but Chris is not cute, so that makes sense.
Right.
Girl, stop focusing on looks and enjoy the moment. Be worried about, girl, if he got a good job, no kids, honey. Be worried about if he in his right mind, honey, because a lot of people who cute
be crazy as hell, like you.
They not in their right mind, okay? So you too worried about that, period. Vicente is Dominican. Hey, I love that. Be ready to learn Spanish, sis, okay? Because like I told Clara, it's the same with you, okay? You have to embrace his culture. You have to be ready to call him Vicente. Say, my name is Brianna Morales. You got to be ready, honey, okay? Don't skimp on Vicente and his families and their traditions, okay? He said he's ready to teach, and she seemed to be very ready to learn and accepting of his culture, and I really like that. We see the difference here between Brianna and Clara, right? When Vicente was telling her about his heritage, she was open, she's ready to dance in the kitchen and everything with him. Clara don't even want to pronounce her husband's last name.
Right.
Anyway, Brianna and Vincent look really cute together. They felt like they had an instant connection. He said, I feel like she's my, I feel like we have a connection. And she said, I feel like he's my person. Now, I do think that they're moving kind of quickly on their feelings. I'm glad they're stepping into it like wholeheartedly and they're feeling positive about each other. But y'all just met like literally 45 minutes ago. Like Blue Ivy said. Everybody calm down, Jay-Z and Beyonce, okay? Y'all will have plenty of time to get to know each other over the next several weeks. The one thing I will say is Vincent, you know, immediately I got a good vibe from him when he was on the show before until he got to the bachelor party. You know, then I was kind of like, but Vincent's idea of a date night was really good to me. Let me know what you guys think about that date night for you, right? So cooking dinner together, putting on a movie, cuddling, and just talking, honey. Maybe a little makeout session, maybe a little mo.
Okay.
That is a great night to me, in my opinion. So I thought that Vincent saying that that's what he likes or that's what he looks forward to was really, really nice and sweet. I like that. I'm interested to know what y'all think about that date night for yourselves, or if you'd rather do something else. I'm really interested to know that, okay? And then the last thing I'll say about Vincent is his best man was serious, honey. I forgot what he said she was, but honey, he said she's in charge, large and in charge. HBIC, okay? HNIC.
Okay.
Period. And you could just tell that that means that their family probably has a lot of strong women, and there are traditional and non-traditional in their values as far as his family goes. And I loved that, okay? Shout out to all the men who are willing to embrace a woman being in charge, honey. We love it. So those were my thoughts on Brianna and Vincent. Some really good thoughts. We got Eric and the alcoholic, honey. Ooh, child. Eric is divorced and he wants someone who's interested in the same things that he's interested in. I think that Eric is going to have a rude awakening, not just because he's marrying Virginia, but because it's very rare that you find somebody who wants exactly what you want in life. You know, some things you're going to have to compromise on, right? And I don't know if Eric is ready to compromise. Now, I appreciated the fact that Eric was married before, but we found out on this website, we found out on this episode that that wasn't even a real wedding. He said, oh, we just got married because I was in the military and to get her to stay with me or something like that. So it made me feel like
a scam.
He actually doesn't have experience in love and making a relationship work. It sounds like they got married for convenience and it didn't work out, or they got married for convenience and didn't plan on it even working out. So I'm just confused about that, what whole situation was. Hopefully we hear more about that in the upcoming episodes, okay? I love the scene where Eric was talking about how conservative he is, honey. Oh, I'm conservative, traditional. And then we cut to Virginia taking shots with her girlfriends. Period, okay? Listen, my mom said Virginia was drunk before she even got to the wedding. Now, I don't think she was drunk. I think she was working up to being drunk, okay? I think it takes a lot to get Virginia drunk. And I don't think she was near drunk yet. I think she was almost drunk. But at the wedding, she's definitely going to get drunk. Now, I don't want to jump too far ahead, honey, but when we looked at the previews for next week, her makeup was coming all off. Y'all, we can't do that. We cannot do that. You should never, ever, ever get drunk to the point to where your makeup is coming all off of your face. We all know those girls.
Right.
At the end of the night, they don't even look how they looked when they got to the club. We do not want to be those girls, okay? You have to remain intact, honey. Okay, we can get lit, but you can't ruin your lipstick.
Cute.
Is it just me? Like, okay, so I just said my mom said that Victoria was drunk before she got to the wedding, and I was like, I don't know if she was. But on the other hand, I did write down, I don't know anything Victoria's saying. Like when she was outside with her dad, she was like, I don't know if I'm ready.
Girl.
I don't know, dear, I'm so scared. I've never done this before. I'm like, girl, what are you? Girl, are you okay? What's going on, girl? Because I can't understand nothing you saying. Victoria's dad walked her down the aisle, and I thought it was kind of rude. He gave her dad gave her a kiss, and then Eric was kind of like ready to shake his hand, but he just walked off. Shake Eric's hand, say, take care of my girl, nice to meet you, something like that. And then later on, Eric was like, oh, I plan on having a conversation with you later. And her dad was like, whatever. Y'all ain't gonna last. I thought that was really odd. You know, I don't know. I thought it was a little lackluster.
Tacky
is what I'll say. Yeah, it was just lacking a little bit of class for me. He just walked out right off on him when he was trying to, you know, greet him, and he didn't really care about meeting with him. You know, it was just giving me weird vibes. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why they brought the dogs up to the front.
Why?
Listen, I have a dog. He's my son. I've had him for 10 years. My husband was like, can he come to the wedding? I was like, no. The dogs already get so much from us in this life. Like, okay, they can stay home. And if they're even going to be at the weddings, that's fine. It's fine to have the dog at the wedding. I would have even been a little bit open to having my dog there, but he's not coming down the aisle. No. This between us. Period. Like, come on now. Why is the dog coming up here? And why is she bending down to pet the dog in the middle? Child, Anyway. Okay, so Victoria and Eric kissed, and he was like, I like that. He liked it, okay? And then they kissed again, and then they kissed again, and then they kissed again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. And then the family was like, what the hell going on here? What kind of charade is this? Am I being punked? Did y'all see how Eric's mama was looking when she was kissing on him, and then she went up to the bar and asked for a shot? His mama was like...
embarrassed.
I can't wait for everything his mom has to say about him marrying her. I really cannot. Eric knows which fork to eat with, honey, and Victoria eats with her hands. Girl. Listen, when Eric was talking to Victoria about what she likes to do on the weekend, she's like, oh, I like to go out. He's like, you mean to clubs? She's like, clubs, bars, honey, lounges, the race car track, the derby, anywhere, baby. She don't care where she's going as long as she's out and there's cocktails, period. Eric's not going to be into that. I think that every guy, he's 34 and she's 26, every guy thinks about marrying or being with a younger girl. Like, oh, I could date somebody younger than me. Especially when guys get into their 35, whatever. They're like, oh, I could be with somebody younger. Right. Baby, you want to be with somebody younger until we're ready to bust it. And go out every night. Because that's what I did when I was younger. And I can't even imagine being that age and being with somebody who was ready to have kids. Okay? No, honey. Did you not hear me? I said I was busting it tonight. Period. So I think that is an obstacle that they're going to have to come over in their relationship. Is Victoria going to calm down a little bit? And is Eric going to be flexible and open to being with somebody who's out? Now, if she wants to go out all day, every day when he's out of town or when he's flying and stuff like that, and then when he's home, she's home, I think that's a really good balance, you know? But we'll see how it works out for them. I think it was Clara's dad that gave the best speech. When Clara's dad said, I have not been asked to pay for any of this. I thought that was the best punchline I'd heard on reality TV in a really long time. So shout out to Clara's dad for that. And I also really loved his speech. He talked about how his daughter talked a lot. It just, the speech, the reason I like it, because it resonated very well with me, because me and my dad are very close. And I could see my dad, even though he didn't, I could see my dad totally like roasting me like that during my wedding ceremony. I made it very clear to my dad not to be telling too many jokes and stuff like that, because he's a jokester. Right. But you know, it just showed me that he really knew his daughter. And I thought it was a very sweet speech. I really did. As far as Virginia goes, though, she couldn't even put the glass down while her best friend was telling her about herself. And then she said, don't let her ride in the backseat drunk because she'll get car sickness or something. Baby, she's not car sickness. She's drunk. That's not car sickness. That's alcoholism. Oh, my God. Anyway, last but certainly... No, actually, they are the least. Paige and Chris. They didn't show us their wedding this week. The first thing I'll say is Paige looked gorgeous. I loved her wedding dress. I loved her hair. Her makeup was cute. Her lashes are still too long and big. But she looked good. I loved her dress. Beautiful dress. Listen, I said that Chris doesn't want a wife. He wants a vessel to bear children with. They said that Virginia's sister had kids through, in vitro. I think that we need to get Eric a vessel to have kids with, because we definitely, number one, don't want to put a woman through having kids with him, number one. And then number two, you just want a beautiful vessel to have your kids in. Let's get him a little glass box or something that he can put his sperm in. With cleavage. Because I don't think he wants another human. That's for sure. He can keep all his money. He can raise his kids. He can have a beautiful box and everything else he wants. I just can't stand Eric or his family or his pastor or anybody around him. His dad said, oh, is she ugly? She better be saved and pretty. How you gonna, what? You call yourself being religious. You call yourself being a Christian. Then your number one thing after that is looks. How shallow. I can't stand y'all. And not your daddy saying she better be saved and be a Christian, but you over here, you look like a mole. He has the face of a professional boxer, honey.
Beat up.
And the last thing I'll say is Paige was talking to the Holy Spirit before she walked down the aisle, honey. Baby, if the Holy Spirit didn't tell you to run, then that might not have been the Holy Spirit, honey. That was just a regular spirit.
Girl.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear y'all's comments and see y'all's comments of what you thought about this episode. It was long and uneventful. That's the end of my review. I know this is a short one, but this episode really didn't have a lot of meat to it, okay? So I'm excited to see what happens. Also, one more thing. I will be live this Friday right after the Ready to Love reunion part 2. So join me live on YouTube. I got my camera fixed. I'm gonna have a cocktail and we are going to have a really good time on live. Of course, if you're not able to make it because you're on a different time zone or you working or doing whatever, it will be live on my YouTube after the fact as well. If you didn't watch last week, go back and watch it so you know just exactly how much fun we're gonna have this week and so that you can be caught up on everything that happened. Okay, y'all? Thank you so much for watching my channel.
Bye.